In the midst of a busy workday, while juggling to-do lists, deadlines, personal stressors, and navigating uncertainty of an oftentimes volatile and unpredictable world, it's easy to feel completely overwhelmed. How we relate to circumstances that are often out of our control is a function of our mindset. A challenge-ready mindset views difficulties as opportunities to learn and grow. This is a state of optimism where even if we don't like what we are experiencing, we approach it with a sense of curiosity, possibility, and trust that whatever the outcome, we have the resilience to grow through the challenge. This sounds great. However, at times, accessing a growth or challenge-ready mindset can be difficult. This is partly because we have something called a negativity bias in how we process information. It is an evolutionary strategy that helps our ancestors survive by tracking for and interpreting cues as threats, real or perceived. Imagining that the rustle in bushes was a predator and running out of the way, even if it was only a rabbit, is a less fatal error than imagining the rustle as a rabbit when really it was a lion. In our modern day, the negativity bias influences what we pay attention to, like orienting to the less favorable feedback in a 360 interview rather than the more positive. This tendency to track for the negative gets even more strongly activated when we are exposed to anxiety-evoking stimuli like the news. Resisting the temptation to scroll through news headlines designed to leverage the negativity bias to capture your attention is an important activity to maintain a balanced perspective as you try to engage effectively in your work activities. Being aware of this tendency of the negativity bias to filter out positive is the first step in building a mindset that is more optimistic or challenge-ready. We can do this by becoming aware of our thoughts and notice how much they are influenced by the threat detection system of our brain, and then making the shift to create more balance. A few clues that the negativity bias is in play is when you are caught in black and white thinking, such as, everyone is more successful than me, or catastrophizing thoughts such as, this will never change. When we become aware that the negativity bias is tracking for and interpreting information in a skewed way, instead of arguing with ourselves, which is kind of like tugging on the end of a rope, causing the negative mind on the other end to become more entrenched and pull even harder. Instead, with mindfulness, we can simply acknowledge the presence of the negative thought and ask ourselves, what else could be true? This provides some perspective by broadening our attention. From there, we can orient to our strengths, noticing the positives, and build a mindset that is optimistic, resourced, and challenge-ready. This is the mindset of success. Let's give it a try. You can do this practice either as a mindful reflection or use a journal to explore through writing. Let's begin by bringing attention to your body and find a posture, either sitting or standing, where you feel alert and at ease. Feeling your feet on the floor, inviting a sense of being stable and grounded. And let's take 3 deep, full breaths, letting a big inhale gently create space in the body, and the exhale releasing tension. Inhale and creating space, and a big exhale releasing tension. And one more time, big inhale and full exhale. And now letting the breath simply find its natural rhythm. I invite you to bring to mind now a challenging situation, either one you recently experienced or one that you are anticipating. As the situation arises in your mind, notice how it changes your breath and be aware of any emotions or thoughts you have about this situation, without judging the thoughts as good or bad, just being curious and investigating the ways you think about this challenge. These may be thoughts you've shared with others or ways you talk about it to yourself. Observing your thoughts not as facts, but simply as phenomena passing through the mind, and noticing, are these thoughts skewed through the negativity bias? Are you seeing a threat or catastrophizing? Just simply using the quality of open awareness and flexibility, noticing and naming the thoughts moving through the mind like trains rumbling through a station. If thoughts about yourself or the situation are pessimistic, all or nothing, or infused with self-criticism, ask yourself, what else could be true? What else could be true? And if you're journaling, you can take a few notes. And let's just return attention to the breath and begin to build optimism. Consider this. You've already had to live through challenges in the past and have developed a reservoir of courage and confidence along the way. Notice what comes up in response to these questions, letting the wisdom arise in response. What can I let go of to support a mindset of success? This could be a mental or physical habit, a belief about yourself or the world. What can I let go of to support a mindset of success? And tapping into your inner wisdom with a breath, responding to this. What resources, outer or inner, do I have that I can draw upon now? What resources do I have? And taking a breath. And what values do I have that will give me guidance and strength? What values do I have that will give me guidance and strength? And another breath. Seeing myself 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year in the future. What do I want to learn from this situation? In 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year in the future, what do I want to learn from this situation? And as you reflect, noticing any sensations in the body, and if any emotions have changed. Drawing upon your inner wisdom, giving yourself perspective and building optimism. Taking a breath, a nice big breath, and letting it go. And when you're ready, slowly opening the eyes and returning attention to the room. If you haven't done so already, take a few notes on what came up. Consider these messages from the wise, courageous, successful part of you. As you move through your day and want to support yourself with a mindset of success, notice when the negativity bias is creating pessimistic thoughts. Take a breath, feel an uplift in your spine, and ask yourself, what else is true? Listen for the response and tell yourself, this is an opportunity for growth. I'm ready to face this challenge. Thank you for your practice.